Something always goes mad. Let me just turn this down. So I'm going to get you, if you can standing up to start off. Hi Laura. We're going to start with our feet in underneath our hips. I'm just going to turn the computer down to my feet. So we're making sure that our feet are in line with our hips so that they're facing forward. And that if we lift our toes, we'll feel our knees lift up and this area tighten. We'll also, if we squeeze our legs together, we'll tighten the inside of our thighs. And then we're going to think about our pelvic floor. So you're going to imagine that you're in a lift and you want to stop yourself from breaking wind. And you want to stop yourself from having a wee, and you stop yourself from having a wee. You're going to roll the shoulders back and down, tuck the chin in, and as you breathe in, you're going to lift the arms up in the air, and breathe out as you bring them down. So we're breathing in, lifting the arms, stretching up, and breathing out. Trying to pull the belly in, push the air out of the stomach. As you breathe in, you feel the stomach pop. The lungs fill with air. Now, most of us only use a third of our lungs, so we only tend to use the top part of our lungs. We don't get right to the bottom. We don't breathe out, so we're not getting rid of all the stale out of the bottom of the lungs. When we breathe in, we're not getting right to the bottom of the lungs so that we're not using the last bits of the air that we've got, all our alveoli. Oh. Hello, Willow. Breathing in. Oh, we've got a lovely little one joining us. And breathing out. And we're going to do 2 more. Breathe in, stretch up, fill them lungs. And breathe out, empty the lungs, pull the stomach in, pull the shoulders in, feel as if you're pushing all the air back out. It pops in. And our last one, breathing out. And then we're just going to breathe in and bring ourselves back to standing. So we're turning our shoulders out, but we're having our hands facing in towards our thighs and pulling the shoulders down. We're going to work on our chin. So we're going to breathe out and we're tucking our chin right down. Now you can do all of these sitting on a chair if you want. And then we're breathing in, we're bringing it back up. And we're lifting the chin up to the sky. Now if you've got neck problems, always just support that neck. And then we're bringing it back to centre. And we're going to tuck it back down again. We want to feel the stretches through the neck. We're going to breathe in. We're going to take it back. But again, support it if you need to. Feel the stretch through the front of the chest. And then we're taking it as we're breathing out all the way back down. And we're feeling that stretch right down the back of the neck, through the shoulders, maybe right down to the lower back. Last one, taking it back, breathing in. You can always move that chin, move it up, or open it, kiss the ceiling, and you'll feel the different muscles working. And bring the head back down. So we're going to take it to the side. So we're tucking the chin in. We don't want the chin sticking out. So we're tucking it in and we're bringing our ear towards our shoulder. But we don't want our shoulder up. We want to push down. And we're feeling that stretch down the side. We're going to breathe in, bringing it up. And as we breathe out, we're going to take it over the other side. And These are just moving that neck in the areas that it's supposed to be. So we're coming back up and we're taking it over the other side. We're thinking about where we're feeling it, making sure them shoulders are not lifting up, that they're pulling down. And let's take it up and over. So again, do the same thing with your mouth. Open the mouth or kiss the ceiling. And again, you'll feel the different muscles that work the face move. Bringing it back up. Let's go over one more time each side. And we're bringing it back up and bringing it over. And back to centre. So we're just going to turn it and we're looking over the shoulder. And again, we're going to bring it back to the centre and turn and look over the other way. Again, we don't want that chin to drop. We want to keep the chin tucked in. We're not sticking it out. We're not twisting through the shoulders. We're changing sides. And again, you can move the mouth. Feel the different muscles move. Let's change side. And one more time on each side. Now these are just making sure that the neck muscles are moving, let's change sides, in every direction that they're supposed to. And then we're bringing it back to centre, but not just the neck. You'll feel that all through the chest, all through the back, all through the arms and the shoulders. So we're going to do the same thing with the area between the ribs and the hips. We're going to work these areas. So if you've got no back trouble whatsoever, you can bend from the hip, bringing your head down towards the floor. When you're coming up, you can bend the knees and roll back up. Now, if you've got back problems, so slip discs or you just feel you can't move, then you're going to take your hand down to the chair top and keep that back straight. If you've got high blood pressure as well, or low blood pressure, you may prefer to keep the head in this position rather than dropping it, otherwise it'll hurt. I'm going to take it to the chair. My cameras. You're out. So if you need a chair, then you're making sure you're sitting back and you're rolling down from the chair. Okay? When you come up from the chair again, you can roll back. The only time you can't roll is if you've got a lower disc problem. Then you'd come to here, keep them knees bent, and when you're coming up, you bend the knees, keep that back straight, and lift up. So, whichever one you prefer, we're going to roll down. Let your body hang there. 3 breaths. So letting the body hang down, the head's down. Keep the legs straight if you can, but if you feel you want to, straighten, bend one leg. Now we're going to bring ourselves out. So if you want to bend the knees, curl the back, curl the spine up, pull the shoulders in. Think about the spine stacking up. When you're coming up, roll them shoulders back and down and bring it right to the top. So we're going to go down again. We're going to breathe out. So we're taking ourselves down, breathing out. Keeping the back nice and straight, letting the body be dragged down to the floor by the arms or to the chair. Stay here. Breathe into the back. You'll feel the breath come right in the lower spine. Breathing out right down towards the shoulders. Again, we're going to bend the knees. Roll the spine up. Curl up. Lovely. And we're going to do one more. So bending from the hips, Keeping the back straight, keeping them legs straight if you can, so that you're stretching the back to the thighs, the bum muscle. When you want, let the head drop down, as long as you haven't got blood pressure problems. Let the breath come into the back, feel it pushing, lifting the ribcage up out of the hips and pushing them towards the floor. And again, we're going to bend the knees and curl the spine. And bring it back to here. So, now I'm going to take you into a back bend. You'll try to hold the back bend for 3 breaths. Your breaths, so they can be quick or they can be short, it's yours. So again, I'm going to start with the first one, the adapted, and then also to the chair. So for the main one, you can have your hands on your bum, push your bum forward, pull the elbows and shoulders together, keep the chin tucked in and pushing back. If you're wanting to adapt, then hold on to the back of the chair, push the hips in, keep the shoulders down, keep the chin tucked in. And if you're on a chair, then using from the side of the chair, move forward, bring the hands to the back of the chair, push the chest forward, bring the shoulders back, locking up. Holding each of them for 3 breaths. And then we're breathing out to come forward. So we're going to do again 2 more of those. I'm going to change the camera again, up. I don't know why my thing keeps moving. Oh yeah, no, now I know. So, again we're going to do them again 3 times, 2 more times. So if you want, you can keep your hands here. If you wanted to make it a bit harder, you could take the hands away. Completely up to you. So, we're breathing in, we're pushing the hips forward, pulling the shoulders back, keeping the chin controlled. Don't just let the head roll back. Control that neck. There should be no pain, no stress at the front of the neck or at the back. We're breathing into the front of the body. Feel it coming right from the hips all the way up towards the shoulders as we breathe in. And then as we breathe out, we're pushing the hips back. We're bringing the body back up. Here we go, one more time. Breathing in, reaching back. Breathing in right from the base of the stomach all the way up. Feel the push. And then we're going to push the hips backwards as we breathe in, bringing the body back up. Lovely. So, we're taking it into our side bends. Bringing our feet back to centre, making sure again they're in line with our hips. If you haven't got a blood pressure problem, you can turn the palms so the thumb's going back. Lift it up. If you've got blood pressure problems, keep the hand down. If you're on a chair, you're just sitting on the chair, lifting the arms up, reaching over. So the same things for both ones. Again, we're going to go 3 times. So here we go. Turn the palm back. Breathe in, stretch up. And as you breathe out, reach over. Now you don't want the shoulder to come forward. You want to be reaching back. Now we're breathing, we're feeling the breath right from the edge. As we breathe in, it comes up that top lung, and it's as if it's pushing us over a little bit more. Then we're going to breathe in to lift, and breathe out, bring the arms down. Lovely. Let's do the other side. Breathe in, and then breathing out. Feel the breath lift all the way up the side. As you breathe out, it's as if they're being pushed on that side. And then we're breathing in and breathing out. Here we go again. Lifting up, reaching over. It sounds really weird, but think about breathing into that top lung and not so much the bottom, breathing out, if anything, through the bottom lung. Imagine the ribs on the bottom and the hips coming closer together as you're breathing out, and it kind of tucks in. But the ribs on this side seem to stretch a little. And then we're breathing in, lifting, and taking the hands down. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now keep breathing, feeling that breath coming up. If you want to make sure that you never have problems with your back, remember, if you forget everything else we're going to do today, remember these 6. So bring it back up. The forward, backwards with the neck, side to side with the neck, side twist to twist with the neck. And we're going to do the same thing with our lower body. Forward, backwards, side, side, twist, twist. If you do these every day, they take about 10 seconds in each position or 3 breaths. You'll find that your back, it becomes a lot more nimble, or your neck, your shoulders, because you're stretching the spine every possible position that it can go into. I got into this because I suffer with sciatica, and I was given these stretches by a chiropractor, and he says to me, if you do them every day, you'll never have sciatica again. And true to his words, I have never had sciatica again. And lift it back up. So we're going to twist. We're going to keep our body. So again, if you're standing and you've got no problems, you can lift the arms up. You can twist, keeping the feet to the front. If you've got blood pressure problems, you keep the arms down and twist. And if you're seated, you're just bringing the arm around to the side of your leg and looking over your shoulder. So here we go. Twist round to the side, keeping the feet facing forward. Work from the waist, pull with that back shoulder. Breathing in, we're stretching up, and breathing out, we're trying to just push round a little bit more. Then we're going to bring it back to the centre and take it round to the other side. Now if you need to, you can always take them arms out if they hurt in between. It's like, oh, my arms are killing me. You can always take them out, you don't have to keep them up. And bring them back to centre. Now if you want, you can always give your arms a little rest here. I'm not going to on the next 2, but you can. So lifting, breathe in, stretch up, breathe out, turn. So now if you're turning towards your right, you're going to breathe into your front of your right lung and the back of your left lung, which sounds weird, but try and imagine that. Breathing diagonally through the body. Then we're going to breathe out and go all the way round. Breathing in, stretching up. Breathing diagonally through the lungs. And we're going to breathe out, go all the way around. Remember, if you want to, you can always rest in between. It's your body, you know it better than me. And one last time, let's breathe out all the way around. And then bringing it back round, bring them arms down. Give your arms and your hands a little shake. Lovely. So we're going to take it down. Oh, I'm going down to my thighs, am I? Yeah, leg swing. So into a leg swing. Now if you need to, you can have a chair so that you can place your hands on for if you need to relax down. You're bringing your foot backwards and forwards. I'm going to change the camera angle. So with this chair, you're bringing it forwards and backwards. You want the foot to stay forward. You don't want it going out to the side. So you want to bring it forwards and backwards, but you're keeping your upper body nice and straight. You're not going forwards and backwards with it. If you're on a chair and you can't stand, if you want to stand, you can. If you're on a chair and you can't, you're coming to the front or a little bit over, and all you're doing is you're swinging your foot out and in so that you're starting to work that knee. Okay? So either of those, it's up to you. You're bringing the foot forwards and backwards so that you're starting to work this hip. Now if you want, you pull your pelvic floor in, so imagine in the lift, imagine stopping yourself from having a wee, and then you pull in your abdominals, so you pull the stomach muscles back and it'll hold you in position. And then we're bringing it down, we're moving the foot over, so again if you need to change your position of your chair or find a spot, flex your foot and forwards and backwards. Remember to pull everything in, pelvic floor, abdominals. And again, we're going to bring it down. And while we're working this one leg, stretching the front and back, the leg we're standing on, we're working every muscle in that leg. So we're going to do it to the side. So again, you can hold on if you need. You're bringing the foot across the body and out to the side. Now, if you've got a replacement hip, don't bring your leg across your body. Bring it just to your leg, otherwise it'll pop out. So if you've got a replaced hip, then you're just bringing it to the leg. If you've got your own hip, bring it out to the side. If you're on a chair, you're just taking the leg out to the side. Okay, so again, depends on where you are. And with this, you're starting to work, stretch the inner thigh and stretch the outer thigh. But at the same time, work the outer thigh, work the inner thigh. Plus this leg you're standing on is getting worked. And if you're pulling your pelvic floor, you're building up your core strength as well. So let's change sides. So again, if you need to, hold on. If not, don't worry. Bring it across the body. And then bringing it down. Give your legs a little stretch. Where was I going to here? Oh, inverted V. So again, I'll show you two different versions. This is an inverted V and it works the hips. We're taking one foot slightly forward, keeping one foot back. We bring my knees in. But you're keeping your feet facing forward. From here, you're lifting the arms above the head, stretching out and reaching down as far as you can, even if it's just to your leg, and letting your chin, so you're looking at your toes, you're letting your chin come down. If you've got back problems, then you're coming just to the chair. And again, you can bend the elbows a little, but you're keeping that back straight. If you're sitting down, you're going to push the foot out. Ooh, I'll do it that way. Take the foot out, take yourself away, and just lean forward. Okay, so again, there's different variations depending on where you are. Yoga is, like I said, it's for everybody, so don't worry about where you can and can't get to. I'll do it sideways. So we're taking the foot forward. We're keeping the weight even between the 2 feet. We're raising our arms above our head. And we're breathing out, reaching out as if someone's pulling our arms, but our ears are between our arms. And we're bringing our hands down to the floor, to our leg. If you've got blocks, you can put them on a block. You're looking, lifting your chin up, so you're looking just at your toes, so you're not looking at your knee. And if you can, wherever your hands are, as you breathe out, you're just giving yourself a little pull. Now, as you breathe out, try and pull the belly in, and that goes for anywhere. So if you're on the chair, you're going to bend as you breathe out, you're bending your elbows down. Your hands are on the floor, you might find the same thing, bend your elbows. Now think about where you can feel it. We're going to come back up. So we're going to lift our head and look up. We're going to lift our arms and reach them out, and we're breathing in to lift up. And we're bringing the arms down. So we're going to step that foot back and we're going to take the other foot forward. So we're stepping it forward. We're keeping the weight even. We're reaching our arms up in the air and keeping our head between our arms. Breathe out, reach forward. All the way down. Look towards your toes. Make sure the weight's in the back of the foot as well as the front, that you're not leaning all the weight onto the front foot. Imagine someone pulling your back hip backwards. Breathing into the back, but as you breathe out, pull the belly in. Bend the elbows. Is it easier on this side or harder? So we're going to lift our head. We're going to lift our arms and stretch out. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out. Bring the foot back. Bring the hands down. Let's do one more. Second time's always the best. So making sure the weight's even. Lift the arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach forward. As if you're being pulled. Look towards the toes. Bend the elbows. Pull the belly in. Let the body relax down. As if you're trying to get your chin past your knee. If you're on the floor. Keep pulling that back hip back. Make sure the weight's even. And then lift the head, lift the arms. Breathe in, lift up. Bring the arms down, bring the foot back. Last one. Step it forward, lift the arms up. Breathe out, reaching forward. Head down, stomach pulling in, bending them elbows or pulling on the leg, whatever feels better for you. Listen to your body, make sure that everything feels okay. Then we're going to lift and lift the arms. Step the foot back. Bring the hands down. Lovely. So we're bringing it into Riche position. So again, let me show you first. This is a twist. So if you've got back problems, stick to a chair. With Riche, we're taking our feet slightly wider than our hips, turning the feet in. We're going to bring our left hand down to our right foot, our right hand down to our left foot. We're grabbing hold and we're pulling ourselves in towards our thighs. We're then bending the knees and lifting all the way back up again. If you're on a chair, make sure that the chair's on, it's not going to roll away from you, so that it's on the a stable thing. So again, instead of going over to the side, you're just going to bring yourself down to here. You're going to lift, have the elbow on the back and lift, keeping the other knee bent as you do it. Bend the knee, straighten the other leg and turn. If you're on a chair, then you're bending forward and lifting up, or again the same thing, just bending the elbow back, bending the elbow back. Okay, so again, think about what's better for your body, where you can get to. If you can't get to the floor as well, you can always have the chair there or the block there. So we're taking the arms out in line with our shoulders. You're going to breathe out and bring the right hand towards the left foot. As you breathe in, stretch back. Breathe out, reach over to the left. Breathe in, stretch. And as you breathe out, you're grabbing hold of your legs and pulling yourself through your legs. As you're breathing in, you're bending the knees, stretching the arms, lifting up. So let's take our right hand, this time over towards our left foot. So breathing out, and then breathe in, stretch back. Breathe out, we're moving over to the other side. We're breathing in to stretch up. Again, if it's too much, you can always drop your arms to here as well. We're going to breathe out, we grab the legs and we pull ourselves through our legs. We bend the knees as we're breathing in and we're lifting. Good, lovely. So let's do one more on each side. So starting with that right hand, taking it down, breathe in, stretch up. Breathing out, we're moving across. And even though I'm going with my breath, make sure you try and go with your own. Then when we're ready, we're pulling ourselves through our legs. We're bending the knees to breathe in and lift. We got one more. Right hand over to left. Then move across. Grab hold of the legs. Breathe in to lift. These are great for working your thighs, working your back. You're also bringing that waist in. You're working your hips. You're giving your internal organs, your spleen, your liver, your kidneys, you're giving them a little squeeze. And we all like a little squeeze. And bring it back up. Lovely. Bring your feet back in together. So we're going to take it into chair pose. I'm going to change the camera and I'll bring it down to my feet. So with this, you're going to, with the arms, your hands can be here. If it starts killing your shoulders, take the arms out. It's not worth hurting your arms. So you can still, but you're pulling them back. Your hips are tilting backwards. So they're not tilting over, they're tilting back. And you're pulling your stomach muscle in as well. You're sitting back, you're tucking the chin in. Your hands are coming up if you want, here by your ears. So, I'm going to do it from the chair, so I'm going to take it down to the next camera and show you from the chair as well. So with your legs, you're making sure that they're not, when you go down, they're not going out, but they're also not coming in. They're staying in line with the feet. So the pelvis is tilting back, you're sitting back, you're lifting the arms up. Now on a chair, you're doing a chair. So you're sitting right on the edge. You can again lift the arms. You're not curling that back, you're rolling it so that the hips are pulling forward. You can again lift the arms, you can have the arms here. If you wanted, you could lift from the chair into chair, and then if you get tired, you can always sit back down on the chair. Okay, so there are different versions for however you feel. We're going to do the full version, and we're going to hold it for 3-4 breaths. So here we go. Feet in forward, tilt the pelvis back, pull the stomach muscles in, sit back to an imaginary chair. Tuck the chin in, lift the arms up by the ears. Imagine someone's pulling your arms up, but pulling your bum down towards the floor. Hold it there. Keep breathing. And one more breath. Now if you're standing, you're lifting up and you're reaching backwards. Push the hips forward. We're going to tilt it back again. So sit back, tilting that pelvis back, pulling that stomach in, sitting back. This is great for your shoulder strength, your thigh strength, your bum strength. It's working that lower back, the bit that we normally squat down on. So for lower back people, this is brilliant. Brings up strength in your back. Kills, but builds up strength in your back. So here we go. Breathe in, lift up, stretch back, bring them arms all the way down. Give yourself a little shake. So we're taking it into tree. Am I doing tree? Oh no, doing warrior. We'll get to tree. So, with warrior, we're going to go into a warrior lunge, and you're stepping back onto your tiptoe. You're pushing into the front knee, and you're pulling that back knee up, pushing it towards the ceiling. Your pelvis, again, isn't sticking out, it's tilted under. So you may find that the knee wants to drop down, but you're trying to push it up, but keep getting that tailbone down to the floor. With the arms, you can turn them back, stretch the thumbs back, and bring them into cactus arms. So the elbows are pulling down, the arms are pulling forward. You're tucking the chin in. For anybody on a chair, you're going to sit on the chair, turn round, bring your thigh to the chair, take that knee back. Again, lifting back, holding it there. Arms again in cactus. Lifting the chin up, pushing the chest forward. So it's the same position on a chair as it is standing. Just makes it a little bit easier. Remember, if the arms are too much, you can always take them out. That's it. And then we're going to bring ourselves out by pushing back. I'm going to bring it, so the next one I'm going to do with you. So we're taking the other foot forward. We're stepping back onto that tiptoe. We're tilting the pelvis under, but we're trying to push the knee up to the ceiling, push the heel down to the floor. Pull the shoulders back. Bring the arms up so that they're parallel to the floor. Tucking the chin in, reaching back. And with this, you'll feel the strength through the front of the legs, through the arms, through the shoulders, but stretching them calves, them heels, them ankles, them toes. And then we're going to push back and step back in. I'm going to change it so that you can see my arms more so. So the same thing with our legs, but I'm coming upper body. So that one we had our elbows here. This time we're going to lift our arms up and reach them back. So we're bringing the hands so that they're facing towards each other. But same thing with our feet. So we're stepping back, bring it onto our tiptoe, tilt our pelvis to make sure that the pelvis is facing down, it's not facing towards the back. We're pushing the heel down but trying to lift the knee up. We're bringing the shoulders back, we're lifting them up, facing each other, reaching back, pushing into that front knee. Feel the elbows pull back, pull the shoulder blades towards each other. Feel the stretch right through the front of the body, but also breathe into the arms, underneath the arms to the side of the body. And then we're bringing the arms down and we're stepping in. Good, let's try the other side. So step the foot back onto the tiptoe, tilt the pelvis, make sure it's pointing down if it needs to. Push the heel down, lift the knee up, shoulders back, lift up. Imagine holding a ball between the hands. So squeeze the fingers, make sure the fingers are working. Reach the shoulders and the chest back into more of a back bend. Keep pushing into that front knee. And then stepping back up. Giving your legs a little shake. Let's bring it into Warrior Two. So Warrior Two, our arms are going to be stretching out. Again, we're going to imagine that we're holding a ball, so we're really using them fingers. And we're looking over the front. So I'm going to take it down into the feet. So with the feet, we're taking the feet out. We're trying to keep the pelvis forward. So if you want, you can hold on. You're lifting and you're turning the foot out. But you don't want the hip to come with you. You want it to stay forward. You also don't want your foot to roll in. You want to be pushing down through the outside of the little foot as well. You're going to, from here, bend the knee, having the arms out. You don't want the leg going too far. So you don't want this knee going over the front of the foot. If you do, you bring that one back a little, push a bit more. You imagine that somebody's pulling your thighs and your hips open, trying to open them. Taking the arms out, looking forward, imagine grabbing the balls. So hold it there. If you're on a chair, you're taking the foot out to the side, you're doing the same sort of thing. Work them arms. That's it, you need to know what to do. And then from here, we're straightening the leg, bringing the hands down, turning the foot back in. Let's try the other side. So turn the foot out, keep them hips moving in different directions. Push down through the outside edge, the little toe edge of the foot. Bend the knee, make sure that it's not rolling in and that it's in line with the toes. Pull the pelvic floor in. Pull them abdominals in. Take the arm out. Imagine grabbing a ball. Stretch the arms. Look over the front hand. Hold it here. Every time you breathe in, imagine someone's pulling, the breath's coming through the side of the lungs and expanding them arms just wider and wider. As you breathe out, it feels like the shoulders are being pulled back in. And we're going to push up, turn the foot in, drop the arms. Last one, turn the foot, take the arms out, bend the knee. Stretch out. Feel the breath expand sideways through the lungs. And we're pushing up, we're dropping the arms, bringing the foot in. Last one. Turn it out, bend them knees, strong legs. It's working the inner thighs, the outer thighs, it's working the knees, the ankles, the shoulders, the fingers, the wrists, the elbows. Everything is getting worked in this position. Try not to lean over your front leg. Try to keep the body nice and straight. So either in line or even maybe pulling back a touch, but if anything in line, but you don't want to be going over the front leg. And then we're lifting, we're dropping the arms. So we're going to stay here, we're going to turn that foot out, we're going to bend the knee and bring the elbow down. Now you can keep the hand on the back and twist back, or you can lift it and take it over the top of the head. You can take the hand down, you can take it away, but don't lean onto the leg. You're coming up and you're coming out. So if you're in a chair, again, you're staying in that same position where you were. You're coming down onto your knee. Again, you can bring the hand behind. You can look behind. Okay, so we're going to keep the legs where they are. So again, we're turning that foot out, pulling everything out. We're reaching over, the elbow can come down, can come over the head or behind the back, but you don't want to be leaning forward. Keep rolling backwards. From here, we're keeping that knee bent. We're lifting ourselves back up. We can reach back the hand, lift the other hand at the front up a little into a reverse warrior. And then lift, turn the foot back in. Let's try the other side. So turn the foot out, but keep the other foot facing forward. Bend the knee. Reach forward, bring the hand down. And again, either behind your back, if you've got shoulder problems, or over the head, if you prefer. Breathing into that top lung, stretching from here. Push down into the foot, the outside edge of the back foot, and as you stretch the hand up, you'll feel that stretch all the way through the side. So we're leaving the knee there, we're coming up, and we're going to reverse it. Beautiful. And then we're bringing it down. We're straightening the leg. We're bringing the foot in. We're going to do one more. Stay there. I'm just changing the camera angle again. I'll have to find out a way of doing this from where I'm standing. So here we go. We're turning the foot out. We're bending the knee. Taking the arms out. Reaching over. Take the arm down. Bring it over the top. Stretch it out. If you wanted, you could take that hand off the leg and sort of rest it on your side, but don't let your knee rest on your leg. Use that muscle. You'll feel it working. So we're going to take the hands off, lift up, reach the hand down towards the leg, lift the other one up to the sky. We're bringing it back to straight. We're turning it forward, the foot back. We're turning the other foot out, but keeping that hip forward. Here we go. Bend the knee. Reach forward. Bring the arm over. If you feel you want to, take the arm off or leave it there, have it on the floor, take it a bit lower. It's up to you. But keep trying to twist backwards. And then we're lifting, we're taking the hand down, we're lifting it into reverse warrior. And then we're bringing it back up. And we're going to bring the feet back together. And let me drop it down. So we're going to take it into tree pose. Now again, you can hold on to something, a wall, but not somebody next to you in case they fall over, you fall over too. So a wall, a chair. You can keep your foot on the floor. You can turn it so that it's just touching the ankle and then lift the foot off and then lift your hands up. We'll always have it here if you want. You can bring the foot to your calf. You can bring the foot to the inside of your thigh, but you cannot bring your foot to your knee. Otherwise, you're just pushing the knee to the side. You're going to injure yourself. If you want, you can always bring it all the way up here until it turns over. Now, if it doesn't stay, if it runs down your leg, you can always hold on to it. There's no law that says you can't hold it there. And then you're pushing the knee away. If you want also, you could bend the knee and it'll stay there a little bit more on its own. Then you can bring your hands into prayer if you want. If you're on the chair, you can either just turn the foot out to the side and hold it there like that, or bring it up, or if you want, bring it all the way up and place it here and bring the hands to prayer. So again, wherever you feel, find your spot on the floor. Make sure that you're looking at something. Push the knee away. Oop, just falling over. Bring the hands together in prayer. Now squeeze the fingertips together. Squeeze the palms of the hands together. If you want to keep them in front of your chest, you can. If you want to raise them above your head, you can. Think about tilting the tips under. Breathing into the whole of the lungs. Then we're bringing the hands down and we're undoing the foot and we're bringing it out. So we're going to do the other side. So again, up to you, whichever version you want. So again, lifting up. Pushing that knee away, pulling the stomach in. Find your spot. Push your fingers together. Lift them up if you want, you don't have to. But make sure they're not in front, that they're behind. If you wanted to make it even better, you could take them behind into a back breath to work them shoulders a bit more. And then bringing them out, bringing it down. So one more time. Let's change our legs. Tighten up the standing leg. Find our spot. Pull everything in nice and tight. Keep your hands together. Raise them, take them behind. Or maybe move. And then bring it down. The movement just adds a little bit more. It really works them strength. One last go. Let's change legs. So again, find your spot. Engage all them muscles that need to. Decide what you want to do. Oh, we're confident there. And then bring it down. Give your legs a little shake. Lovely. Where am I going? Oh. So we need to do a little bit of a back one as well. So we're going to go into dancer's pose. So with this, you're lifting the foot up. I'm going to change that. Go on, Jatinda. Woohoo! She's just done the part 2 and part 3. Good girl. So going into dancer's pose. Again, always have something if you want to. You're grabbing the foot and you're having the toes pointing this way. You should find that the foot will just stick in. And then you're pushing the foot away, lifting the arm up. You can take the hand away if you want. You can move forward and bring the hand to the chair if you want as well. If your balance is not great, then hold on to the chair. Bring your foot on the chair and just lifting the foot up. You can always, if you can, reach back and hold it with the knee on the chair. Or you can do it seated down, grab hold and do it in that direction as well. Okay, so that again, different versions if you don't feel comfortable doing it from standing. Find your spot. About 3 breaths, pushing back. And then changing leg. And bringing it back up. We've got one more to do. I'm changing camera. You just jump into it when you need to. Don't wait for me. So breathing out if you're moving. Remember, if you just want to go to a chair, you can. If you want to bring a block, you can. Once your hands are on the floor, you may find you can push that leg a little higher. But then you've got to come out of it by looking up, bend the front knee you're standing on, lifting up. And taking the foot down, bringing yourself down. Let's try the other side. Coming off my mat, I'm throwing it all over the place. So again, lifting the foot up, reaching the hand up, pushing the foot away, breathing out. Once you're down, once your hand's anywhere it wants to go, see if you can push that foot a little bit more. Then we're going to look up, bend the knee, lift ourselves back up. Bring the hands down. Lovely. So, our last one before we go to the floor and have a relax. We're going into down dog. So again, you can bring your hands down to the floor and step back. Or you can do it from the chair, hand on the chair, step back, push down from here. If you're on the chair, then, and you can't get off the chair, you're going to just do a dip. I'm going to change that camera position. Sorry, it's the wrong position really. So if you're on the chair, then all I'm going to get you to do is to do a dip and back up so that you're working them arms. You can be on a chair, step back, push down into down dog. Or you can be on your hands, pushing your feet to the floor. Bum up in the air. Try walking and pushing one heel at a time to the floor. And now we're going to keep one knee bent and we're going to push our chest and our belly against that knee while pushing the heel of the other foot down. And again we're going to do another walk, bending one knee then the other, pushing the heel to the floor. And again we're going to now bend the other knee and push our chest in, but push our heel of the other foot to the floor. Feel the stretch through the back, feel it through the back of the legs. And then from here we're coming up onto our toes and come down onto our knees. Roll ourselves back to child. If you're on a chair, you can't get to the floor and you're pushing into the chair, you're going to come back and sit on the chair. If you're on the chair, you're rolling yourself into chair child. And you're holding yourself here. You're going to tuck your chin in and roll yourself up. So if you're in child on the floor, the same thing, you're rolling yourself back up. So if you can sit down on a chair, you can stay on the floor. It's up to you. Just going to get you to do a little bit of breathing before we finish off. Oh, I'm glad I'd never done this outside today though. It would have been soaking in Handsworth Park. So you can sit in any position. So cross leg, straight leg. You can lie down if you want, I don't mind, or sit in a chair. It's completely up to you as long as you feel nice and straight. You're not slumping down. So we're going to bring our fingers into Chin Mudra. So you're bringing your